Hey, this is Rick, and I'm going to read Neville Goddard quotes for you and for myself. Let's enjoy. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Everything depends upon our attitude towards ourselves. That which we will not affirm as true or ourselves cannot develop in our life. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change. Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change. Instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. As your attention is placed on this claim, the doors of the senses automatically close against your former master, that which you are conscious of being. The world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. Your opinion of yourself is your most important viewpoint. You are infinitely greater than you think you are. Your opinion of yourself is your most important viewpoint. You are infinitely greater than you think you are. It is not what you want that you attract what you believe to be true. It is not what you want that you attract what you believe to be true. All you can possibly need or desire is already yours. Call your desires into being by imagining and feeling your wish fulfilled. Because of your belief in external things, you think power into them by transferring the power that you are to the external thing. Realize you yourself are the power you have mistakenly given to outer conditions. Nothing comes from without. All things come from within. Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. When you attain the control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of life. Believe that you are what you want to be. The world is yourself pushed out. Ask yourself what you want and then give it to yourself. Do not question how it will come about. Just go your way, knowing that the evidence of what you have done must appear, and it will. Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind, that is, by your concept of yourself. And your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. The difference between feeling yourself in action here and now and visualizing yourself in action as though you were on a motion picture screen is the difference between success and failure. If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. Stop trying to change the world since it is only the mirror. Man's attempt to change the world by force is as fruitless as breaking a mirror in the hope of changing his face. Leave the mirror and change your face. Leave the world alone and change your conceptions of yourself. Everything depends upon our attitude towards ourselves. That which we will not affirm as true of ourselves cannot develop in our life. Our inner conversations represent in various ways the world we live in. Don't condemn yourself for the state into which you have fallen. If you don't like it, move into another. If a man looks upon any other man and estimates that man as less than himself, then he is stealing from the other. He is stealing the other's birthright, that of equality. I will be as a confession that I am not. The Father's will is always I am. Until you realize you are the Father, there is only one, and I am your infinite self is that I am. Your will is always I will be. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. To reach a higher level of being, you must assume a higher concept of yourself. Whatever you're feeling is in conflict with your wish. Whenever your feeling is in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. When you attain the control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of life. Have faith in your imagined act. The cornerstone on which all things are based is man's concept of himself. The circumstances of your life reflect what you have been saying. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All you need is time, and you have it now. Everyone is free to create his world as he wants it if he knows that the whole thing is responding to him. Everyone is free to create his world as he wants it if he knows that the whole thing is responding to him. Claim it, it will respond. A change of feeling is a change of destiny. Become aware of what you're thinking, and you will recognize a law between your mood and your surrounding circumstances. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your desire, of your every desire. Those who go seeking for love only make manifest their own lovelessness, and the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. Live your life in a sublime spirit of confidence and determination. The signs always follow, they never proceed. Always go to the end, dwell in the end, and you will hurt no one. Love is our birthright. Love is the fundamental necessity of our life. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Prayers to be successful must be claimed and appropriated. Assume the positive consciousness of the thing desired. Assume the positive consciousness of the thing desired. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. The subconscious is what a man is. The conscious is what a man knows. Your world is your consciousness objectified. Waste no time trying to change the outside. Change the within or the subconscious impression, and the without or expression will take care of itself. An awakened imagination works with a purpose. It creates and conserves the desirable, or transforms or destroys the undesirable. To be conscious of being poor while praying for riches is to be rewarded with that which you are conscious of, namely poverty. Nothing comes from without. All things come from within, from the subconscious. Man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his consciousness objectified. All conceptions are limitations of the conceiver. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own states of consciousness. Sleep conceals the creative act, while the objective world reveals it. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with its conception of himself. A change of circumstance happens as a result of a change in your state of consciousness. Truth depends upon the intensity of imagination, not upon facts. The journey of life is a mental one, which is taking place in a sea of illusion. In the sea of illusion. Listen closely to your invisible thoughts. What do you hear? What are your words implying? That is their potency. What do you want it? What do you want? Name it and arrange the structure of your mind to imply that you no longer desire it, because you already have it. To rise in consciousness to the level of the thing desired and to remain there until such level becomes your nature is the way of all seeming miracles. Your subconscious impressions determine the conditions of your world. I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I. The conscious and subconscious are one, but the subconscious is greater than the conscious. The conscious generates ideas and impresses those ideas on the subconscious. The subconscious receives ideas and gives form and expression to them. You rise to a higher level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations and placing it upon that which you desire to be. Determined imagination, thinking from the end, is the beginning of all miracles. Determined imagination and thinking from the end is the beginning of all miracles. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. If he does not know what he is doing, he can lose his wealth and not know how to recover it. I am asking you, regardless of your financial situation, to assume wealth knowingly. Without the aid of any man, he will define himself as that which he desires to express. He will discover that his I am is the virgin conceiving without the aid of man, that all conceptions of himself, when felt and fixed in consciousness, will be embodied easily as living realities in his world. How would I feel if I were free? Use your imagination lovingly on behalf of another. You believe in God? Believe also in your imagination. Imagination is seeing with the eye of God. Your own wonderful human imagination is the actual creative power of God within you. Most people who desire to change their life make the mistake of not imagining deeply or long enough. They let the 3D world and what they see dictate their reality instead of their imagination. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. To desire a state is to have it. Love is not love if there is no beloved. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. For life makes no mistakes and always gives man that which man first gives himself. Each person is born with an infinite power against which no earthly force is of the slightest significance. Learn to shake yourself loose from what the world believes is the only reality. Nothing is impossible to you. Take your attention away from your problem and the multitude of reasons why you cannot achieve your ideal. Concentrate your attention entirely upon the thing desired. It is imagination which makes one a leader, while the lack of it makes one a follower. Imagination is the only redemptive power in the universe. Simply dare to assume you are what you want to be, and you will compel everyone to play their part. Predetermine what you want to hear and listen until you hear it. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. Assume wealth knowingly. There is nothing God cannot do. Do not think that one who is fabulously rich has an influx of spirit which differs from yours. He is imagining wealth, whether wittingly or unwittingly, but you can do it knowingly. You can do it knowingly. If you assume success and persist in that assumption, you cannot fail. That is the law. If you assume success and persist in that assumption, you cannot fail. That is the law. Think truly, and that thought shall the world's famine feed. Speak truly, and each word of thine shall be a fruitful seed. Live truly, and thy life shall be a great and noble creed. The beliefs in the potency of drugs to heal, diets to strengthen, monies to secure, are the values or money changers that must be thrown. Prayer is the art of assuming the feeling of being and having that which you want. Fools exploit the world, the wise transfigure it. Fear of loss brings loss into your world. And that's it for the day. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your life.